Welcome back to the renovation series. I didn't upload last week, but I was busy working on the house. So before we get into this week's video, I think it's best if I show you what I got up to. So last week, I pretty much spent the whole time plastering. I managed to do the whole of the master bedroom, but this has genuinely taken me like a week and a half to plaster, and it's not great. I ended up painting the walls with blue grip before I plastered them, and I think this is meant to control the suction rate across the wall so that it dries out more evenly. It's also got sand in it to give the plaster a good key to the wall so that it sticks really well. But to be honest, I found it quite hard to plaster over. Because of all the sand, you've got to put a really thick layer on, so I'm not 100% sure if I'd use it again, but it definitely made the wall dry more evenly. Some walls are good, some walls, there's like bits that were just really difficult, like underneath the plug sockets in the corners. One of them is an absolute mess. I don't know if I'll even show it on camera, I probably will. Some of it's all right, it needs a bit of sanding. I've sanded down the ceiling, but I think for the rest of the house, I'm just gonna get a plasterer in because it'll be better quality, it'll be so much quicker. Like they'd have done this in like a day and a half. But yeah, I'm glad I learned because it means I can do like patch repairs and small walls and things like that. Even if it was like, to be fair, if it was one room, I'd probably do it myself, but the whole house, like it would take me like 6 weeks of solid plastering. And you know what? It's stressful and I don't really like plastering. Now that this room's plastered, I need to get the plasterers in for downstairs, which brings me neatly onto the damp update situation. So, the damp. Still super damp, as you can see. I haven't done anything to fix it yet. The damp guy, specialist, salesman person, came round and was just kind of a dick, to be honest. Put me in a really bad mood. He was just like, some people come around and they're just like not very nice. He didn't even try and sell me anything. He basically just was like, yeah, it's wet. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I called you. You're meant to be a specialist. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, I think, either drill and inject, which is basically as it sounds. You drill holes every like 30 centimeters and you inject some foam into it and it makes it more waterproof. But the annoying thing is I basically have to take all of the plaster off up to it's like a meter above or something. And I've basically got to do that around the whole of the ground floor because I've slowly just been noticing more and more damp as the weather gets worse. So the hallway is completely damp. Bits in the other side of this wall in the lounge is obviously pretty damp. So I need to hack it all off and speak to my plasterer. You can use lime render, but then you can't use normal paint because lime is completely breathable. So if you paint over it, it defeats the point. You have to use like a lime wash, which I don't think I want, but I don't really know. There are also moisture / salt resistant plasters, and you basically hack it all off and then you put so you go back to brick and then you put this base coat on. You can put multi-finish normal plaster on top, which would mean I'd be able to paint on it normally. That's what ChatGPT's told me anyway, but I need to do some more research and speak to the plasterer. While we're down here though, somebody in the comments asked for a garden update on the turf, so I'll show you that. As you can see behind me, the grass is looking really healthy. It's growing really well. I definitely need to cut it, but I just haven't had time and I haven't really looked at when I'm gonna cut it. But it's all looking good. I need to rake up the leaves as well, but again, I haven't had any time. The only thing is a couple of the rolls, they're not dying and they still look fine, but they're just not growing at the same rate as the other ones. So they kind of stick out, but I'm hoping they'll just like blend in, I don't know. But the plan this week is to get the second bedroom a little bit more ready for painting and decorating. You guys don't really see in here very much because this is where I sleep. I really wanted to get the master bedroom done first. Like I wanted it to be the first room so I could move in there and then I could get everything else done. But I'm waiting for the heating system to be done, which is one of the things that you're definitely going to do like straight away is like heating, electrics and structural, and it is really getting in the way that it hasn't been done yet. To make progress with the master bedroom, I need to put the step as you walk into it, I need to put that back in, put the door frame in, nail down the floor, well, insulate the floor, nail down the floor, and then like sand it, skirting board, coving, paint. But I can't put the step in, the door frame in, or nail down the flooring until the heating system's done because because of where the pipes originally were, I want them to like reroute them, and I need them to come over and like tell me what's possible. So there's no point me nailing everything down and then them just pulling it all back up. So I'm basically waiting on the heating system, and I'm just trying to find other things I can do. So I think I'm going to turn my attention to this room and try and get this ready, because it doesn't need plastering. It's got a few hairline cracks that I'm going to be filling and removing the skirting boards, and basically getting this room as ready as I can, so that once the heating system's done, we can kind of just get these two rooms ready to go, hopefully. So let's crack on. Now, I actually started taking these skirting boards off the other day, and I used a crowbar to basically try and get them off. Now, I've never put a skirting board on before, but I've watched people do it on YouTube videos, and I'm pretty sure the way you're meant to do it is you put some adhesive on the back, you stick it, and then you put a few really small nails in just to hold it in place while the glue dries, and then you just paste over the nail holes. The person that installed this skirting board has used, how big are these? 100mm Torx head, like concrete screws, and they've put 2 of them every 30 centimeters. It took me hours and hours to get this skirting board off, not to mention just like so much anger, which is why I didn't actually end up filming it. But yeah, there's 2 of these bad boys every 30 centimeters, which means I had to cut the skirting board with a multi-tool around that, and now I'm gonna go around and pull all of these out. It's mental. Like, look at that. You gotta get all the filler out of the Torx head bit, which is annoying in itself. Okay, the skirting board is off. Now I'm going to take this radiator off, which has a hole in it. It should be empty. Should be empty. I've said that before. That's off. That's off. But yeah, it should be empty. I need a new radiator. Right, which way does this go? That way. Did you hear that noise? That sounded like water. Not this bullshit again. If this just pours out, I'm gonna cry. There'll be a little bit, probably. Let's get a towel. I hate radiators. I hate them. Towel / t-shirt that is just destroyed now. There is probably going to be a bit of water in here though, isn't there? I'll just get a mug. Oh, professional job, look at that. Yes, that is the same mug that I drank my tea out of earlier. Is this going to be one of those cases where it just never stops? The mug's getting pretty full here. Oh my god. Hang on. Why is there so much fucking water in this? Oh god, 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 oh god. There shouldn't be loads of water in this. Oh fuck, hang on. Fuck. Why is this full? Drained the radiator system, I swear. Fuck's sake, man. Why is this full of water? I actually don't understand how this has water in it, because the radiator in the next room I've completely cut off and not even capped. Like, I've just cut the pipes because I knew that it was empty, and that's absolutely fine. But why is this one full? Like, it should have drained when the rest of them drained. I don't really know how to drain this. I'm not doing a repeat of episode 1. Alright, I'm going to chat GPT. Alright, I don't know how we've got to this situation again. But, oh, this is giving me PTSD from when I moved in. I think I've Googled it, and it's basically like the water can just be trapped in different parts of the system, especially in an old house where like the route that the pipe takes in this house is so weird, like it's probably just trapped. But basically now I've got to fucking empty it again. I really hope this works. Please stop. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. It does look like it's stopping, but I've fallen for this trick before. That looks good to me. Yes. God, radiators are heavy. That is a professional screen taping job if I've ever seen one. Say goodbye to my lovely curtains. So the skirting board's off, the radiator's off, the curtain rail's down. I've plugged the hole where the old light switch used to be with some plasterboard. And now I basically need to go around and fill all the cracks and dings and around the sockets and the light switches so everything's smooth with some polyfiller one fill. I've never used this stuff before. It feels like there's nothing in there. Do you have to mix it with water? Let's find out. No, you don't. It just weighs nothing. Okay. Oh, that smells lovely. So I'm going to go around and fill all the cracks with this. There's two big cracks here and there, and there's one over there. If you're thinking, gosh, Joe, those are some big cracks. I hope your house isn't falling down. I hope so too. But I think what it is, these weren't here when I moved in. Well, they were, but they weren't this big. And I got pretty nervous, but it's because, well, I'm pretty sure it's because there were two huge water tanks in the loft for the heating system, and I drained them all in like episode 1 when I first moved in, and they sat right on top of that corner, and they must have been like 100 plus kgs worth of water in there. So now that that's gone, I think the joists have just returned a bit and then caused a crack. I hope that's the case. That's what I've been telling myself when I'm staring at them when I go to sleep. Nevertheless, let us let us polyfill. So for the cracks, you're basically meant to like stick a Stanley knife in there, make it a bit deeper so that the polyfiller has got something to key to so it can get in there. To be honest, it's pretty wide already. I've been around and widened all of the cracks with the Stanley knife, and I've hoovered out all the little cracks and everything that I'm gonna fill. So now it's time to get the polyfiller out and one of these bad boys and start filling. Ah, you fucking twat. Just stab myself with the other end of the... Basically, you just get a bit and bang it in the crack, I think, and then sand it down. Bang it in the crack. Doesn't sound good, does it? While I'm doing this, I'm realizing that next week I'm having the structural wall removed downstairs, which is very exciting, but the likelihood is, because it's directly underneath this room, that the room is going to settle again and then there's going to be more cracks, probably. Oh, wow. It's so, like, fluffy. God, it's an absolute breeze compared to fucking plastering, isn't it? Yeah, well, I don't understand. How does this thing not set? I should have read this, man. Application, stir thoroughly into a smooth paste. Right, I haven't done that. Start again. It's fine. Stirring it made absolutely no difference. But yeah, we are having the structural wall removed next week. He is coming on Monday with a team of 6 guys to put big steel in. The same company is going to be doing the extension roof, but they're not sure if they're going to do it the same week because they were like, we should just wait for some dry weather. And it's not really dry, but I don't really see it becoming very dry very soon. Why don't I just use polyfiller on a whole wall instead of plastering? Way easier. It's the next day and all the polyfill is set, so I'm going to go around and sand it all down so it's nice and flush. The next thing I've got to do in this room is down here there's a shower pump which is disconnected electronically, but the water still runs through it, and basically I need to get rid of that so that I can get a floor sander in here and start making this room look a little bit better. That's going to be it for this week's episode. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week to see how the whole structural wall steel beam situation works out. Bye for now.